great way to get the season started for the Underwood Eagles, and head coach Nate Mechaelsen is with us here. Coach, you've got to be happy with the way the team came out. Always some unknowns going into week one, but it looks like you must have gotten quite a few of the answers you wanted to see.
Yeah, I mean, always happy to get a win opening week. You're exactly right. I don't know how many times I was asked today, how you think it's going to go, and the answer is I don't know. We've been playing each other for the last 3 weeks. When we get a chance to play somebody else, you kind of figure out where you're at, and obviously we're pleased with the outcome tonight, and we know we got to get better week by week. But it was a good first step for us.
That you really controlled the line of scrimmage in this game. How do you feel about the way the guys played up front? And obviously you've got some good personnel.
Yeah, we put a lot of pressure on the guys up front, returning 4 out of 5. We go in every week. We tell them we need to dominate the line of scrimmage. That's where the game starts. We need to establish the line of scrimmage. They stepped up tonight, got the running game going early. Obviously, if we can get the running game, that kind of opens up some space in our passing game. We feel really good about our quarterback and the group of receivers he's going to throw to all year. But we've got to be balanced offensively in order for those things to work.
And I think maybe the assumption, or what people might have speculated, was you could just throw it about every single down with this group that you have. But how important is that to get the running game established, and how impressed were you by the variety of guys that you were able to turn to in the running game?
I guess to answer the first part of the question, I think it's pivotal to be balanced. I mean, I think that teams down the road or week by week are going to be too good, and coaches are too good to game plan against one-dimensional teams. So we've got to be two-dimensional. We've got to be able to run the ball successfully. We've got to be able to open up in the passing game, and I think it's really hard to game plan for you. Found out about a lot of guys tonight. Obviously, 4 or 5 guys got the chance to run the ball back there. Pretty pleased with all of them. I think we spread it out to 5 or 6 different receivers tonight. Liked what we saw from them, and I actually think we have a couple more that I think can contribute. So, like I said, got to keep moving forward. Glad we got some depth in those areas, and it's going to hopefully pay off down the road.
Yeah, I had you down for 6 different guys with a catch tonight, and your quarterback, you expected him to be very good, and he was certainly this evening, even on some of his incompletions. He put the ball right on the money. How would you evaluate the start from Nick Ravelin this evening?
I think we talked early in the week, and you asked about Nick, and I truly believe I think he's one of the most improved players we have on our team, just because as soon as last year was over, he got right back in the weight room for one. He's probably put on 10 pounds of muscle. He's more durable, and he got with those receivers right away and built a connection. I think he relishes Friday nights. I think he lives for Friday nights, and he's a different player, obviously, on Friday nights. He's really good all week, but on Friday nights, he can do some special things.
Well, Coach, you're obviously going to take a look at the film, and all the good coaches want to find out what they can still do better. So anything on your mind right now that you think you might be able to take away that, we won big, but we can still improve on this or that?
Yeah, I mean, I just thought from a team standpoint, I thought midway through the second quarter and most of the third quarter we were pretty sluggish. They probably outplayed us in that stretch of the game. Unfortunately, we built a pretty good lead by that point. But as a coach, you're obviously trying to be the best you can on every single possession. I just think in that midway through the second quarter and some of the third quarter, we were just a little sluggish. Just weren't converting on things that we need to be better at. And we'll look at film. We'll make corrections. There's always going to be corrections to be made, and that's the good thing. We know we can be a lot better, and that's exciting.
Coach, thanks for your time. Congrats on the win. Before we turn you loose, if you would just give us a quick thought on IKM Manning and your team heading into week 2.
We watched a little film on ICAM. Obviously not a lot of Oka took a lot of our time and most of our preparation. We know that they'll be physical. They like to run the ball. I know the running back last year hurt us a little bit with his speed. He'll be somebody we focus on. I think they return their quarterback. But they're always a physical team. They're really well coached. And we know that we have to improve in order to get another W on Friday night.
Coach, thanks for your time, and again, congrats on the win.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.